All right. Welcome everyone back to Weekly Heat, Season 7, Week 2 for PPA. And we got a special guest with us this week. We got DragonEnergyDale. Go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Dale's a new member of the league, right? First season with us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, first season.
All right, awesome. Well, it's great to have you. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're excited to have you.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
excited to be here.
Woohoo. All right. So don't call it a favoritism. I selected my own product for Pokemon of the Week, mostly because I was having a hard time choosing what to put in because we had a lot of good sets. But we just have a one game highlight from my boy Crawdot. So I was going to open up this real quick. We can switch the sides to the other end. But yeah, this was a hard Trick Room matchup against who was this? This was trying to remember who played the hard Trick Room team. Do you remember who it was?
Against you?
Yeah,
Oh,
who
that
am
was
I playing
Fire
it?
Bro.
Right, Fire Bro. Whenever the showdown usernames don't match what's actually in, which I'm not one to say it. I have a different username as well. Always mixing me up. But yeah, this was a hard Trick Room team, so I played hard Trick Room. And I was like, you could set Trick Room up for me and I'll take care of you, or you won't set up Trick Room and I'll just kind of deal with it by being bulky. But this is game two after a very strong showing from the Mudsdale in game one. And yeah, we're just going to let it play out. But yeah, the game plan was definitely hard Trick Room and just kind of roll with it this week. I'll get right into it. Ignore the chat. I have no clue what happened with the users during my game, but it was pretty wild for whatever reason. A lot of spamming.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I knew he was gonna want to go Sunny A eruption shenanigans with the strong Torkoal mode. So
And
Klefki was
and the
designed for it.
instruct.
Yeah. Instruct just to spam it in Trick Room. I was like, I don't really care what this Torkoal does if it's not in the sun. So I just put Rain Dance on the Klefki and it kind of worked out great. It still does solid like 60% almost to Klefki though. At this point, I'm just trying to get Eruption down with a little bit of power and boom. Oh my goodness. So at this point, I was like, okay, this game's gonna be fine because Chrono's just killing everything in one hit. Like I was not expecting Muck to just die to one hit from the liquidation. Um, Life Orb adaptability just kind of goes off. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a very strong Crawdont having the rain boost as well with that liquidation.
Yeah, and like that was the whole game plan. Make sure Sun doesn't get up, just so I can kind of take care of things in one hit.
Yeah, the Torkoal just without sun, it
Oh
has to
my
switch out,
gosh.
has to get sun up somehow. It's but it's too late. Everything's just
Yeah,
falling.
exactly. He switches out the Torkoal, try to get Sun back up. Now that I've lost my Prankster user, but he tears the Rangaroo expecting me to knock off, which was initially what I was going to do. But I was looking at my calcs and Rain Dance with liquidation just killed whatever he teared into as long as it wasn't a resist. So I was just like, I might as well just click the move that's going to kill. And he tears to like kind of avoid the knockoff, and it still does not matter. That's some incredible damage.
It's just
Oh my
nasty.
goodness.
And now comes the sun eruption.
Yep. Mozdale
Mudsdale
eats that
doesn't even
decently
mind
well.
it.
Brings it down to 1 HP just so Crawdon can take that last kill. So shout out Mudsdale. Love this Pokemon, but man, Crawdon did work this week. Really happy with how this game turned out and happy I put Crawdon on the roster. This was a fun one. I have no clue what was going on with chat. That was some weird spam going on. But yeah. All right. Why don't you talk about this one a little bit? You're definitely nominating this one as a fun highlight of the week, even if it didn't end up winning the week. We have Taco's Dancer or Choreo. So go to give us a little intro of what we're supposed to expect here.
Okay, so the Dancer Oricorio and Volcarona combo, I actually saw this in mock with Taco. This is just going to be a Quiver Dance and then Dancer activating and then attacks. This is going to be just gross boosting, hard to stop once it gets going. It's beautiful.
All right. So we have it from the mock partner themselves. All right. So this was against Feathers, our reigning champion, who I mock with quite a bit. So there's a few things that we were expecting going to this matchup. It was definitely the spy spam mode. Lapras was annoying. Kamo had so many different things it could do, and Volk was just a pain. So we'll see how this goes out against one of the better players in the league. Taco did a really good job prepping for this, I think. Just kind of fell a little bit short, but let's keep an eye out for that for a choreo on the other side because this thing was nasty. So immediately we see this lead. At this point, I'm not sure what Feathers is thinking. He sees Volcarona and Oricorio on the other side, so there's not too much he could expect besides that dancer ability kind of being used here. So we did see he has Power Gem on the Slow King in order to take care of the Volcarona at 4x power from game one. So I think Taku does a good job adjusting his game plan in the early game just to make sure he can get these boosts up. But we
Big
see a
rock
Quiver Dance come
slide.
up. Yeah, big Rock Slide doing big damage. Oricario getting a big boost off. But we see Taunt.
Probably just stop the trick room there
Yeah,
so it can
definitely.
stay fast.
That's a really fun set then. I wonder if the Oricorio itself had Quiver Dance, or if he was just going to rely on his partner.
Oh yes, did stop trick room. Yep, beautiful. Another
Yeah, and we
boost.
protect. It still goes through protect. Just keep Quiver Dancing up. Ooh, but the Fire Raging Bull going right into that Volk, taking it out. So I think if I don't know, like if Volk manages to preserve its Terra in a way that allows it to live one more hit, I don't think it could have because of Power Gem. I almost
Would
wonder
have.
if how this game goes out if that Volk stays alive at least one more turn.
I'm a little surprised it went Terra Grass here, but it had to survive the rock slide somehow. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think I guess Terra Grass is good against the Palafin. But I'm
Hmm.
almost thinking like Terra Dragon or something, just to
Yeah,
kind of deal
that's
with grass, fire, and water. Because that's three prominent points of Feather's team.
absolutely
But Oricorio is +2 and everything right now, basically. And boom, Slow King's dead
needed to
instantly.
get rid of that slow king.
And huge
Oh, lucky
miss.
miss.
Huge miss. Putting that
Fortunate.
Tauros into decent range. We do see a single target right into the Sinistra. And Feathers is taking no chances, just takes out the Oricorio. Raging Bull, one hit. Not gonna worry
Ooh,
about
not
any other
stat drop
shenanigans.
too.
And wow, yeah, at this point,
Tauros is just nasty.
yeah, Tauros is such a good Pokemon. Like the three forms it got this generation, really, really helpful. And Zen Headbutt too.
Yeah, it gets decent coverage because it's a Tauros.
I really like that coverage option from Feathers. I don't know if I saw that in Mox. I don't quite recall. But using that for the terrain, since you get that boost and it's super effective against the Kamo, I really
Yeah,
like that a lot.
tough, tough one, but you still saw the dancer show off, and it's just a really cool tech.
Yeah, super really good tech by Taco. Just fell a little bit short. Almost brought this to a game three, and definitely against no slouch of an opponent. Like this is our two-time champion, Feathers. This guy's good. I mock with him every week. I know that he brings the sauce each and every week. So good to him. And he's now 2-0 to start. Yet another really strong run for season seven. But good. Let's go and move on to our next mention. We have a Wombo combo by EA Grills, Alone Ninetales and Heracross. And this was a really, really fun set. Let me go ahead and open both replays real quick. So this was against Lost Resolution, um, who has the hard Trick Room for the most part. He does have a few other options outside of Trick Room. Um, and also the really fun tech with what we're going to see in just a little bit with the Zoroark Hisui. This was a physical Zoroark. This thing was really, really cool. It has Poltergeist, Aerial Ace, and a couple other moves I don't think we saw. But we're going to watch both games of this set. I think we're going to see some really fun moves from both sides. But we're primarily keying in on that, what I believe is a Specs Alolan Ninetales and a very strong physical, just dishing out damage with that Heracross. So let's go get right
Hmm.
into this. Um,
Absolutely.
turn off the sound so we don't get blinded and muted.
This mono normal team is just it was exciting to see it drafted, and it's exciting. It's just so exciting to see what it can do.
Absolutely.
Um,
So big rain dance.
but that is a nasty blizzard.
Yeah, very fun from the who used rain dance? Hold up.
Oh,
Was it the
it was
oh, it
what?
was the Zoroark who used rain dance.
Yes.
That's cool. I like that. So fast rain dance to prevent the snow. Um, make more blizzard misses. They just kind of get preventing that Aurora Veil from going up.
Hmm.
So really, really well played. And then we just see a Terra Normal Blood Moon taking out the Ninetales. So he knows where the threat is. And oh my gosh, that is some crazy damage.
Shopple on the Blood Moon's very interesting. I like that too.
I like that too, but we do see EA Girl smartly double that slot, just
Yeah.
expecting it to not um, die from the first hit. What I
Oh,
do want to point
unlucky.
out is Aerial is I think is a kill on Heracross if it doesn't Terra, because it would have been 4x weak and that did
You're
well
right.
over 50%. So this is a
Hmm.
super strong set, honestly, from the Zoroark. I what's its attack stat even? Can't even think
I
of
think
it.
it's it's at least 90. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head, but it's at least
Gotcha.
90.
But that's doing some respectable damage. And at this point, Jaeger's taking out the major threats, major resist, seeing this click expanding force, taking advantage of that opposing terrain. And Heracross is doing massive damage with that knockoff. Like
And
so
there's
much damage.
Gothgoat, just one of my favorite draft Pokemon of all time. So hard to stop when it gets in a position. It just prevents you from doing any sort of counterplay or
Yeah, very,
switches.
very strong. I lost it this week in VBL. It's annoying and very hard to deal with.
Oh yeah,
One of the best mons in draft,
it's
period.
so
Just very,
cool.
very good. Let's take a look at this second game featuring the Ninetales. This Ninetales went off this game too. All right, so we do see potentially Prankster Doodle. No, immediately switches out. Get terrain up, expanding force on the life orb. Super strong damage. Wow. So E-Girl predicting potentially a Trick Room probably, and Lost Resolution is just like, nope, I'm gonna
An
just flip the attack.
offensive life orb on the Farigarath.
Yeah. But now we're just getting damage onto the other side, and the entity has its own Trick Room. It's able to set it up. Ooh,
That's Slow King, not playing games.
not playing games at all. But Ninetales takes a kill right there. And it's basically standing
The
alone right here
Yeah,
in
the
a
double
2v1.
Grafai, that's a little strange. There's two of them.
Okay,
uh,
let's look at that real quick. This is got to be specs. It's a spread move doing that much, just killing Zoroark in one hit. And I understand
Absolutely.
that it's not the bulkiest Pokemon, but still, that's
Yeah, that
doing
is
all the health of the Ninetales or the Zoroark and doing 50% spread move targeting to this special defense boosted Grafai.
that
Very,
is
very
just a
impressive.
very, very strong Ninetales, just outputting awesome offensive power. Also,
Absolutely.
the snow helped keep it alive there, which was
Just enough, yeah.
fantastic. Just
And
enough.
the trick room that Lost Resolution sets ends up hurting him in the end because Ninetales is slower than
Yeah.
the Grafai. So unfortunate for Lost Resolution, but really fun team still. I look forward to seeing what else he does with it this season. And well played by EA Grill. Really, really cool set. All right. Super cool. All right. Now we get into the fun stuff. We got Tux Mux. Is he washed or is he still on fire? We got his Cinccino this week. And I guess the thing's gonna put up a show to see if whether or not he's actually a wash still. So this is games 2 and 3 of this set against Finero. We're gonna skip through a lot of game 2. But basically Finero wins game 1. Uh, there's not much Tux can do with his Typhlosion when there's so many resists on the other side, like the Knuckle Stack, Flash Fire on the Colossal, and then obviously Dragonite can resist with its own natural bulk. And I believe the Corviknight is Terra Dragon to help deal with that. So, how do we respond if you're Tux? Well, we're going to see in just a minute. It's a little bit of luck and a little bit of Chinchino. We see two pretty classic leads. Tux just prankster
And
next to Typhlosion.
and then Alkaberry just trying to make Corviknight be able to survive that big
Yeah,
eruption. I'm sure it was Kelp to do that with the
yeah,
Akka.
absolutely. But he does switch it out. Doesn't want to take too much damage on it yet. This Colossal is a really good answer into this Typhlosion currently. But Triple Axle going into the Dragonite takes it out. Oh my goodness. That's some nutty damage. And we see a very
Oh,
unfortunate miss into the
so
Chinchino.
unfortunate.
I don't know if that kills Chinchino for that range, but I have to imagine that it does a lot because Flash
Yeah.
Fire, Stab in the Sun boosted. Um, that's super unfortunate. And then we're going to see it again in just a sec. Another miss into this arena, which definitely would
Oh,
have killed. Um, like
just
that's
tough
entirely the
day.
reason Finero was able to, well, I guess Tux is able to win this game. Obviously, Chinchino does a lot of good work, takes out the Dragonite. But now we get to see that has Encore on top
Yeah,
of Triple Axle and Protect. It's
the
able to
fast
just,
encore.
yeah, just stalls out this Corviknight, and we're not going to watch the rest of this. This is just 13 turns of being Encore tortured is terrible. Poor Venero.
It is
Um,
it's lovely to watch just how great encore is.
oh yeah, everyone's
Um,
favorite move.
it's a perfect trap for so many players, like boosting, protecting. Encore just punishes slowing the pace down and forces you to play fast.
Yeah, it's quite the move, as I would know based off my game of Flight last week. Fast and Prankster Encore, bane of my existence. Anyways, moving on to game three. So now Tux has tied the series up. Let's see what he does this time around. We've gotten the hacks out of the way, hopefully. I want you to watch how he maneuvers this Serena around because it was exceptional how well he was able to use this thing. So we see a sludge wave taking Serena down to very low. You turns out Gengar still sticks around, which I think is big. Um, Focus slash Gengar eating two hits is something you don't see every day. Down your bingo card. You see the Terra Dragon
There it is.
eating the hit. No burn. Brave Bird takes out the Typhlosion. So at this point, I think Faniro is sitting comfortably. If you're Faniro, right? You brought this arena down to low. You got Corviknight, which now resists Wave Crash, and Chichino, which is low, so hopefully can't do too much to you, right? You know it's set for the most part. So if you're Faniro at this point, you're really just trying to make sure you play safe enough to not lose this game. And if you're Tux, you have to play out of your mind in order to win. That's exactly what he does here. So we know that Dragonite has E speed. He saves this arena perfectly. He baits out the extreme speed from Faniro and brings in Sarita with Queenly Majesty to block it. And this allows him to get that big hit off with Chinchino. This is just an exceptional play. Like this is thinking two steps ahead at its finest. And Serena goes down, it does its job perfectly, right? It evens up the count. Chinchino's still alive, and that Basculegion is now here to take out the Colossal if needed. Triple Axle takes out the Corviknight.
Yeah. That triple axle is just doing everything that it needs to.
Yeah. And I want to say this is this skill link on the Shinchino? Because I don't think I saw a single miss.
It could be technician
Yeah,
loaded die actually.
that could
But
also be it. Does loaded die affect how triple axle is influenced? I'm
no,
not entirely sure.
but we never saw the fourth move. It was protect encore triple axle, right?
Yeah,
So it
maybe
could have
Tux could
been
answer
like
that for
tail
us.
slap. It could have been tail slap or something, right?
Yeah. Either way, that's the only move it needed apparently this series, and yeah, he wins this game in five instead of 13. So very well played. This was a super fun set. Love to see these niche mods putting in good work in draft.
Oh yeah.
All right. All right, we're gonna end off with our set of the week, which is Vaihan versus Smash. Um, just to put a little bit of context in this is a three-game set. I believe Smash was 1-0 going into this week. I know Vihan was 1-0 because he beat me. This is going to be hard trick room for the most part with that Ursaluna for Smash versus a very widespread team featuring the female Basket Legion for Vihan. Now I'm very big on Basket Legion female. I think it's a really, really good Pokemon that a lot of people overlook.
I think Smash was 0-1 because I faced or did I face Smash? Who did I face? I faced an Ursaluna. Who had the Ursaluna? I don't remember. Maybe I did. Oh yeah, I did because I imprisoned the Trick Room turn one.
Gotcha.
Yes, I faced this team.
All right. So we have Hard Trick Room with some very good pieces to support it. Porygon's obviously great. I love Meowstic. Really good fake out prankster user. And Volcarona is just good in general. Look and watch this whole thing all the way through. This is a really fun set. Well played by both sides. Oh, this is game three. Hold up. Sorry. Let's go back to game one. There we go. They spoiled it. Swalot comes in. All right. This is game one. We see a pretty classic lead. Two fake out users. I'm guessing Salazzle did not fake out, which
No,
makes
not
me
at all.
wonder what it clicked. Um,
Hmm.
Not entirely sure. We do see the light screen come out from the Meowstic, which really helps the bulk. Burning the most likely Guts Hariyama is interesting.
Yeah, that is a curious play.
I'm guessing he didn't think that one fully through, just trying to be like, oh, physical attacker, got to burn it. And it's clearly not Flame Orb. So my guess it is probably Guts, but it just has that ability in case it does get burned. So
Could
it's
also
not
be
being
sheer
punished.
force with Rock Slide. That is another option.
That is true as well. But at this point, we see Kingambit getting boosted up. It gets lowered special
Oh, that is
defensively, so it gets another
unfortunate.
attack boost. Like this thing's now unstoppable. There's nothing um, Smash can really do at this point.
Yeah,
Like this thing is just gonna kill everything, no matter what Screens does. Like Ursaluna
there's
can
the
come in,
Ursaluna.
Kingambit can just kind of stall out, see what it wants to do. We see Machagacha come in, takes a little bit of damage off, heals up a little bit, and just attacks into the protect. Like couldn't quite get the reads right this game one, so Smash is kind of just gonna take the L. And we see Crunch from the
Oh,
Ursaluna,
the
which is
grass to avoid the Rage Powder. Wow. Look at that.
yeah, but we still
Nice
have that
tech.
Basket Legion in the back, and because it's grass now, it can just freely use those ghost moves, which are no drawback, strong last respects, 150 base power, very, very strong, even from a not primarily physically attacking Pokemon like Bascuff. So a really strong game one. Saw some fun techs from both sides. So let's go and look at game two real quick. So we see the exact same lead from Baihan, but we see Volcarona this time coming in. We see a taunt. Interesting. Interesting. So straying away from the Trick Room side, going a little bit speedier on Smash's side. Intriguing. Ooh. We see the Terra Water.
Oh yeah, that's it's not gonna cut it.
I mean, at this point, this thing is kind of just out bulking Vaihan's side, and there's nothing the Basket Legion can really do. It doesn't have the ability to really do much damage with those water moves, and Ghost is not boosted up yet because of lost respects. This is an interesting position for both players. Like no one's really fainted yet, but they're setting up the game board in a way that kind of prevents anything else from really happening. We do see a miss to the Hariyama. I almost wonder if it wishes it was burned for the guts boost.
I'm not so convinced that it is guts though.
I haven't really seen it attack while it was burned, so it's hard to really tell.
True.
But we do see the Volcarona go down to the burn, which is huge. Not something you see every day, a burned Volcarona. The Ice Punch come in, and now Trick Room. We're continuing to Trick Room now that the Volcarona is dead. I really like this game plan from Smash, right? Go speedy until it doesn't work. I like it. Oh my gosh. Look at that damage from the Basket Legion. Who said that female Basket Legion's weak? This thing is dishing out damage this season. Goodness.
Big facade. And there's the burn. Good luck here.
+3 Reflect causes it to live just enough, and Headlong Rush is going to take out that Gambit. Wow, what a game from Smash to even up the series. That was a fun one. Really like that game plan, starting with the Volk to start fast, and then put up Trick Room once you've taken out the major threats. All right, let's go and look at this game 3 featuring the real threat, Swallow. Is it the real threat? Only time will tell. Let's go and find out. Do we finally see Fake Out from the Salazzle? We did not see Fake Out much on
I
any of
think
the
we saw
leaks
I think we
from
saw
Baihan.
once.
Yeah,
Once in the last game.
and it was not a lead off Fake Out. It was like
Yeah,
a little bit
not at
later in
all.
the game. So we finally see
Hmm.
Fake Out come out game 1, and Swallet is Terra Ferrying, still taking so much damage from Sharpness boosted Gallade. And Trick Room does not go up because Salazzle taunts. Wow. And I mean, at this point, there's not much. Oh my.
Oh
Can
my.
let's talk. We got to talk about that for a second.
That is
100%
sharpness.
from Sacred Sword. Okay,
That's sharpness.
Hariyama's big. I think has a lot of HP. How's that killing it? That's
That's
insane.
the beauty of sharpness Gallade.
I gotta look at those calcs later. That's insane. Oh my goodness. But yeah, at this point, Ichiban, or sorry, Vine, change your name. I know I have a different username as my actual username, but change your name. That one sucks. Vaihan just kind of read this game perfectly. He respects the Swallow enough to put damage into it, and he knows to prevent Trick Room. There's not much he can do at this point for Smash. Like Sludge Bomb kills it.
That really
Um,
was a threat.
it was a threat. We see Terra Water Aqua Cutter doing good damage. Ursaluna comes in under Trick Room finally, but at this point, it's a little bit too little too late. And there's a sash on the Salazzle, so it eats the Psychic. And yeah, it's just a 2v1. 2v no, this is a 4v1 at this point. And there's like not
Yeah.
much it can do. It reads, do that perfectly. It gets a little bit of damage off with the Sludge Bomb. There's really nothing else that can be done for Smash. And another good read
Ooh.
facade into the
There's nothing. Just a
Ghost
matter of
type.
time.
And Aquajet just kills it. That is a roll that I was not expecting. 51%, even if it's super effective coming out from Aquajet, that's a lot into a pretty bulky Pokemon. Wow, what a set. That was fun. Well,
Yeah,
that
I
was
agree. That was a really good
super
set.
cool. Congratulations to Vaihan beating the washed allegations. You're now 2-0. Let's see if you can keep it up against with one of the better teams in the league. I know it's ranked S by many of us in power rankings. This thing's a good team. We actually have a little bit of time left. So what if I actually go to my hidden slide and we look at one more highlight to end it off?
Oh, I love
So we
this.
had one more special set that we weren't sure we were going to have time to show, but we do. This is Chili versus Shoots game, just game 1, featuring a really cool Salamence set. So let me go ahead and open up this replay for us, and we'll go ahead and end off with this one. All right, so this is Chili versus Shoot, and there's some fun things going on over here from Shoot's side. He's got a Rain Dance, Hurricane, Salamence. I had to think about what I was saying there for a second. That's a lot of words in one. So it's a special set featuring the Trick Room mode, obviously, from the Porygon. But this thing has a mixed set. So it has got Double Edge and Terra Blast in order to attack from both sides of its boost, depending on what gets boosted. And there's not a whole lot Chili can do against something that's pretty much designed to counter his team. So let's go and watch this real quick. So we do see the Berserk come out. Intimidate from Silence is going to drop that attack a little bit. And we see the attack boost on Porygon, which usually you're thinking is not going to be that helpful, not that beneficial. Um, and we're getting good damage onto the Golden Go. So Chili's got a strong lead so far. We see Double Edge
Double
coming out
Edge.
to the Torkoal. That's fun. Goldangle does die though. Um,
Yeah, that's tough. But that Berserker's not doing so good now with -2.
and we see Rain Dance come out from the Salamence, takes out the Torkoal with Porygon, and Terra fires in order to double resist everything on Chili's side. So yeah, Ironhead's doing nothing. Dazzling Gleam does nothing. Like there's not a whole lot that Chili can do at this point. This Porygon's also faster than both of these Pokemon on the other side. Like there's really not a whole lot to do with a -1 attack or -2 attack at this point. Berserker and apparently a Porygon with just the willpower of God. Like, look at the thing go.
Oh
And
yeah, that
another
is
strong
just
Hurricane from Salamence.
that the Salamence setting its own rain for its hurricanes. You don't take chances on messing with those hurricanes.
Yeah,
For sure.
love that from Salamence. It's really just such a versatile mon. Does so many good things. And his Porygon, not what I expected, but it did the job, right? Double stab, able to attack from either side of its self. So really interesting prep from Shoot. Love to see it, and good luck with the rest of your season, both of you guys. But yeah, that's all we have for you today. That was really fun. Enjoyed that a lot. Thank you again for joining us, Dale.
Yeah, absolutely. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, and as usual, thank you all for watching, and make sure that you nominate your weekly Heat submissions for week 3, and reach out to me if you'd like to co-host. And anyone who's co-hosted before is always welcome to reach out if they want to do it again. I always love to have more than one co-host per week if we can get it happening. So thanks again for joining us, Dale, and we'll let you get on with your day.
Thank you. Hopefully I can do this again.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, bye for now, and thanks for watching, everyone.